All right, everybody, before I begin This Week in Esports and Gaming, I want to give a huge shout out to AFK Gaming for sponsoring This Week in Esports and Gaming. I'm really promoting their Esports Business Insights, which is their newsletter that they do every single week. And it's something I've actually been using for a long time before they actually sponsored This Week in Esports and Gaming. So I use it down below. You can check out the link down below to subscribe to it. It's literally a newsletter that is super concise about the top things in gaming and esports. I use it all the time for my research. I was reading it before this actual episode to get more insights on people moves and all the cool headlines, things like that. They also do deep dives throughout the week. AFK Gaming does at least. So if you want to get some of those throughout their newsletter or their email, they send those and I read those as well. I just really like the people working behind AFK Gaming. A lot of really cool folks and a lot of them who are veterans of the esports space, either on the journalism side or on the working on the business side. So please check out the comment down below. There's a link there where you can subscribe. It would help me out because then they know I sent you, and then hopefully we can continue more sponsorships and things like that. But I really like AFK Gaming. Just want to give them a shout out here. Thanks for sponsoring This Week in Esports and Gaming. And let's get right into the news. Welcome back to This Week in Esports and Gaming for the last week of March or first week of April, however you want to categorize it. I'm your host, Mark Kai. Let's get right into it. For our first top 3 story, Twitch have introduced an appeals tool, and they've also stopped their paid boost feature. So for the appeals tool, streamers now have an ability to actually look at the appeal process through a violation that they might have gotten reported for. So if anyone reports them for anything, they can maybe appeal that and see what the process is with that. They still can't appeal DMCA strikes because that's a copyright issue, not a Twitch thing, but I'm glad that they finally got this tool up. The second thing is they stopped the paid boosting feature, which was announced in 2021 because people were promoting porn to the front page of Twitch. I don't know how they didn't think of this earlier. People definitely make like a fake account and then just pay money to boost it to the top. So they finally disabled this feature. I also know that initially it was met with a lot of skepticism and people were not happy because big streamers could just pay to be at the top of the front page even more so. So I'm glad that they're finally taking feedback from the community and learning from their mistakes. We'll see if these product features and extensions really help them on their battle against YouTube. Usain Bolt has joined the Irish esports org Wild as a co-owner. He will support the org's mission to identify, empower, and support talent with a focus on diversity and inclusion. He will also be part of elevating the overall brand of Wild, so perhaps we'll be seeing him as a spokesperson or something within the organization. I'm not sure, but they're also planning on hosting a Jamaican boot camp in 2022 as a result of this partnership. It's cool to see more sports pros doing stuff in esports as well. First, David Beckham with Guild Esports, and we're also seeing LATAM sports pros like Neymar who play games with other CSGO pros. So it's nice that this is getting recognition on a global sports scale. I'm just hoping we also see more track and running people because that's my sport, but track and running people don't usually make a lot of money, so they probably don't have a lot to invest in these orgs. The first esports sitcom was announced in India. This is called Gamerlog, which is a show that will be released on Lionsgate Play, which will follow the life of esports amateurs and pros. And the directors behind this are Abhinay Dio and Neera Shah, who have done lots of film work in the Indian market already. This makes sense due to how big esports is in India in general, and I think the overall goal of this is to push esports more to the mainstream for India. Gaming is already pretty big in India, but I think they want to convert more of these casual gamers or casual gaming fans more so to the hardcore audience for esports. So I think that'll be an interesting play to see. I'm also curious as to what numbers they pull with this show on Lionsgate Play and what demographic will be watching this, since it's releasing on a streaming service local to India. Regardless, since it's more of a drama show, I think it'll be fun for even esports pros and gamers alike to just watch and see how the show portrays them. As far as partnerships go, Complexity Gaming partnered with Lenovo. This is a naming rights deal, and their HQ will now be named the Lenovo Legion Esports Center, with jersey branding also apparent on all Complexity players' jerseys. This will also be a multi-year deal with both the desktop and the laptop front covered by Lenovo. Misfits Gaming Group partnered with Baptist Health South Florida. This includes naming rights for an exercise and wellness area in their headquarters, and they will also work to have content collaborations on the importance of physical and mental health. Astralis partnered with the Confederation of Danish Industry. They will work together to support the development of esports in Denmark, and honestly, it doesn't really seem like they need a ton of support. Denmark is already very well known in the esports space, and the Prime Minister goes and watches Astralis's matches on occasion too, so I feel like they have enough support either way, but they'll take more support, and it's a really cool sponsorship to see this work together. Meltdown partnered with Hard Rock Cafe. Hard Rock Cafe will host Meltdown esports themed monthly events in Atlanta, Los Angeles, Seattle, and Chicago. These will include live tournament broadcasts and watch parties, as well as meet and greets with influencers, players, and streamers, PvP tournaments, free-to-play computers and consoles, and other perks for fans. As far as finance and M&A goes, Antvers raised a $12 million Series A. Investors include Volps and Gandel Invest, as well as individuals like Roy Gilby, David Eng, Michael Patton, and Marcus John. The round will be used to expand the business in Indonesia and the Philippines and acquire more esports teams and scale their play-to-earn unit. The VR live streaming service Live raised an $8.5 million Series A. The round is led by Bitcraft Ventures with participation from Sony Innovation Fund, Amazon Alexa Fund, Credo Ventures, and more. Funding will be used to go towards expanding the team and investing in its creator and developer fund. The game's ad platform Anzu raised $20 million with investors like NBC Universal, HTC, Bitcraft Ventures, Sony Innovation Fund, HBSE Ventures, and others. The funds will be used for in-game advertisement expansion. Flexion acquired the influencer marketing firm Audiensely for $10.4 million. Audiensely's network includes over 5,000 influencers, and they've run about 1,000 campaigns for over 100 clients. These include Tencent, SocialPoint, and NetEase. They aim to create new revenue and user acquisition opportunities for its mobile games partners through this acquisition. As far as workforce changes go, Stephen McGarry has been promoted to the UK Communications Director at Ubisoft. He has tons of experience in gaming with 11 years of PR experience at Sega from 2003 to 2014, and he's also been with Ubisoft for the past 7 years and got this promotion to oversee all UK comms for Ubisoft. Blair Herder, Josie Brown, and Jennifer Garris join Liquid as the Managing Director of Liquid Media, the SVP of Brand, Content, and Marketing, as well as the Senior Director of Talent, respectively. Blair has a great LinkedIn profile. Check out his bio if you haven't already. It's really funny. He also has lots of experience in the gaming space. He was recently with G4 as the SVP of Brand and has IGN as the VP of Brand and Content and Development in the past. Josie has a plethora of experience in marketing, working with brands like T-Mobile, Sony Ericsson, and L'Oreal Paris, and more. Most recently, she was the head of Brand and Culture Lab Marketing at Hulu. And Jennifer has tons of experience in gaming and esports. She worked at Cloud9 in the past as well as HyperX and was at PopDog as the Director of Partnerships and Loaded most recently doing operations before joining Liquid now. Brian Lancey joins Intane as the Chief Marketing Officer. He has tons of experience in marketing and was the VP of Global Sponsorships and Consumer Marketing for MasterCard for the past 6.5 years. He also worked previously with the Brand Synergy Group as the VP of Marketing. He's done work with Mars and Dr. Pepper Snapple Group doing sports and sponsorship marketing in the past as well. Mauricio de Lima joins Riot Games as the Competitive Operations Manager. He was with Ubisoft most recently for 8 years as an Associate Director for Esports in Latin America. He also did esports partnerships for about 1.5 years before. He has worked in the IT industry with Citi before and has a supply chain and finance background in the food and beverage space. Brett Clarkson has been promoted at the social chain to the head of gaming. He was at the company for about 4 years prior before this promotion, and he has over 10 years of experience in media production and scripting, as well as 6 years of experience in journalism as well. As far as new stuff goes, Wild Rift are going to host their North American Championship at the Mall of America in Minnesota. Riot is partnering with Wisdom Gaming to produce the first in-person NA regional championship for the event, and this is an $80K prize pool with a spot in the inaugural Wild Rift Global Championships, and this will take place with the Wisdom Gaming studio inside Mall of America. That's it for this week in esports and gaming. Thank you so much for tuning in. Credit to the authors and brands themselves for the images and information provided. If you know someone who find this valuable, I'd please tag them down below, and as always, have a great day, everybody.